Welcome, my disorganizers, to another episode of Organizing with Shere Vacas. I am your professional organizer, and today we're going to talk whether you should be investing or not in containers. When we book our clients, the first thing we do, it's a video call. And there's many reasons why we do that. One of them, of course, security. We want to know who the person is. We want them to know who we are. But also, during the video call, we're doing a walkthrough of the spaces, opening the drawers, opening the cabinets, and looking at every corner, because that way we can plan for it. And what do I mean by planning? I mean looking at specific organizers, containers, or items that can facilitate the categorization of everything. And why do I say that? Because every organizer has its function. I'm gonna go with an example. When you're organizing the kitchen, there's the container that is on top of the counter where you put the cooking utensils, but you also have the drawer where you can also put cooking utensils. Now, typically people put the cutlery, like forks and knives, in the first drawer, and then on the second drawer or another drawer where the cooking utensils are that are not the ones that they use the most. Like, the one thing that you use once a year to measure the temperature of the turkey, that one's gonna go in the drawer. But guess what? There are special dividers for each drawer that you can measure and use specifically for that size of drawer. I'm going to give you another example. In my house, we have the one on the counter that I mentioned before, where we put the wooden ones that I want to breathe, because they're bamboo or wood. I want them to breathe. So I have those in a glass container on the top of counter, and then I have the plastic ones in the drawer, as well as, the tweezers, or maybe like the one I said to measure the temperature of the meat. I'm gonna give you another example. The cabinet of my kitchen has a space where you have to go in, and it's kind of complicated to put your hand inside. So anything that you put on the front is going to block you from accessing the one in the back. Guess what I did? We have a Lazy Susan for that corner, 2 tiers, because we want to maximize the vertical space. And the Lazy Susan is going to help me reach whatever I need to reach without having to be blocking anything in the back. That's the purpose of a Lazy Susan. Another example, the drawers of your makeup. I know we've all seen these little containers that are rectangular, but guess what? There are different ones. One of them is angled. So you need to take in consideration that angle when you're measuring the drawer, because those angles of those containers are probably going to prevent you from them actually fitting into the drawer. I'm going to give you another example. In the drawers where you put all of your t-shirts folded. I have mentioned this before in other episodes, where I like to put all of the t-shirts in vertical position, not on a tower. The reason being is because when you pull something from underneath, you're going to make a mess of the other things that are in the tower. Also, you're preventing from actually seeing all of them. You're only looking at the one in the top, versus if you have them in a vertical position, you can see all of them. Now, if you put one line here and another line here, ideally you're going to use a divider. There are different types that you can adjust to the size of the drawer. But I highly recommend them for example, the drawer where you have your bras. It's been very hard for me to find ideal system to organize the bras. And I think that actually using these dividers help a lot, because you can actually make the size of the space whatever you want. You just have to put the divider, that's it. So you can make a space for all the bras that have a wire, and then another space for all the bras that don't have wire, or maybe the ones that are strapless. So you can really create categories within the drawer, especially with our underwear. Us females have different type of underwears for every different type of clothes. The one that ties you up here or ties you up there, or, the bodysuit, or different colors and shapes. So it's good to have them all categorized. And the dividers help you keeping those categories in place. Another example, the shoe boxes. Wow, the shoe boxes make a huge difference, because me particularly, I hate the racks to put the shoes on. I prefer a lot more the boxes with the door. I've mentioned it before too. They're very practical. They protect the shoes from scratching one another. They protect also from all the germs and bacteria that are on the shoes to, scatter all around your closet and your bedroom. I've heard of people that actually clean the shoes before they put them into the box. They also help maximizing the vertical space because they're stackable. I do not recommend keeping the shoes in the box they come in, especially because some boxes are very bulky and maybe you don't even need them that big, or they're different sizes, and aesthetically, like, you can't even recognize the shoes unless you remember, oh, these are the Celine's that I bought and the only ones I have, in my case. But another example, there's specific containers for organization of anything for the hair. For example, there's one that can hold the blow dryer, that can hold the brushes. What about the ones that are for makeup? Like, you want your concealer all together, you want your blush all together, your lipstick all together, the eyeliner all together, the mascara all together. And every single one of those things is a category. And if you have a container where you can separate those categories, it's going to be way easier when you're doing your makeup. The same with the jewelry. If you have your jewelry all thrown into one same thing, like, what about detangling them? And like, when you need to wear it, oh no, I'm not gonna wear it because it's all tangled up. No, like, if you have them all organized and your necklaces are in one place and your earrings are all so that you can see them, you can match them with your outfits, it definitely helps. Now, I don't think that it's absolutely necessary to buy containers. You can also use the boxes that things come in and reuse them, If you don't have a budget to buy clear containers, you can use the boxes. Just make sure that they're not covered, Leave them open so you can see what's in there. When you're organizing things, put the taller things in the back, and then if you have anything that can give you altitude, for example, so that you can see things that are in the back versus the ones that are in the front, so nothing is blocking one another. Those are things that you can take in consideration when you're building your space for the category that you're organizing. So, should you invest in containers? I would, if you can. You can also do it little by little. You don't have to do them all at the same time. Maybe this month you buy the shoe boxes, and then the next month you buy the containers for the makeup, and then the other month you buy all the hangers. Oh my God, hangers. Let's talk about hangers. Please get rid of the plastic ones. And if you know of a place where we can donate those plastic ones, because I hate trashing plastic, but those thick plastic hangers, they occupy too much space. Plus, they're hideous. So just get the thin ones. Whether they have velvet or not, just get the thin ones. The wooden or bamboo ones are for people that are minimalists, that have so much space that they can have those beautiful hangers there because they have so much space and not that many items. But if you have a lot of items and you're running out of space, for sure, change your hangers to the thin ones. To answer the question, whether you should invest or not in containers, that's up to you. It depends on your budget. I highly recommend it, but it's not necessary to create an organizational system. You can always use the boxes that things come in. Just get it done. And if you need help, give us a call. We're here to help you. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. And I can't wait to see you in the next one. If you like it or if you have any questions, make a comment here, share, like, and subscribe to my channel for more. Until the next time.